This is the DigitalFoto Thanos SE. It is a gimbal support, and honestly, I think it is really awesome. Here's why. So very recently, the people at DigitalFoto sent me an email and asked me if I would review the Thanos SE. And of course, this is something that I've been looking into for quite some time now. You see, the problem is I operate with a Red Gemini, which is a very heavy camera, but I also fly that on the Xeon Crane 3S, which is a heavy gimbal. And for a few minute takes at a time, it's completely fine. But when I'm operating this camera all day, every day, it really does take its toll. My back hurts, my arms hurt, and by the end of filming days, my body is exhausted and I can't do any more. So when DigitalFoto reached out and said, would I review this felt absolutely perfect. You see, I've been thinking for a while now about making this switch to a Steadicam. And the reason why is not because of the gimbal, it's because of the support. Because I can wear a vest and the arm can take the weight of the Steadicam, it means there's less weight on my arms, my forearms, my hands, my wrists, and it's more on my body as a whole. And I didn't know that gimbal supports were a thing. So when DigitalFoto reached out, I jumped at the chance, and honestly, I've been really impressed with this so far. So let me just open the bag up and show you exactly what we have in here. So we've just got this really cool generic black case, but inside of here we have got the arm. This is the arm, and if you know what a Steadicam is, you can see this is pretty much exactly the same as a Steadicam. It's your basic Steadicam arm. And then of course, inside the bag, as well as the arm, we also have the vest. And again, if you're familiar with Steadicams, this will look very familiar as well. So as you can see, we have a vest here, and this is just going to be worn by the operator. We're going to put this on, strap this around, and then this arm here, this arm attaches to this vest. And as you can see, these two pieces go together, so the arm is attached to the vest. And as you can see, just over here on the right, you can see I've got this circle here. So this is where the gimbal sits. So once I've got the gimbal vest attached and I've got the arm attached in, I can just go ahead and slot a gimbal into this. So I can just bring the gimbal, put it through this hole, tighten this up, and then we've got support for the gimbal. Now, this takes a camera package of around 2 to 8 kilograms. So this means if you've got a super light package, unfortunately, this is probably a bit too heavy duty for you. And if you've got a really heavy setup, then this probably isn't going to take that weight. But if you've got a gimbal and camera package of between 2 and 8 kilograms, then this is perfect. Now, my Red Gemini setup with the Xeon Crane 3S creeps in just under that 8 kilogram mark. It's around 7.8 kilograms. And honestly, this thing is so good. You can see here, if you look very closely, you've got these dials, and this is to adjust the support given by the arm. So the first time you put this on, you'll notice the gimbal flies all over the place and it doesn't look great. It doesn't look like it's supported, but when you adjust these dials to adjust the tension in the springs in each side of this arm, you'll notice that it will just float and it will look like the camera is perfectly supported. So now that you've actually seen the support, the big question is, does it work and does it get in the way? So first of all, does it work? Yes, it works. It honestly spreads the weight from my arms into my body. And personally, I feel like I can take the weight in my body, my back, my hips, my abs. I feel like my core strength can take it more than my arms can. Because when I'm holding the gimbal in a really awkward position without the support, and I notice my forearms start to burn, my wrists start to burn, and I just start to cramp up after a while. Whereas when I've got the vest on, I notice I could definitely feel the weight, and if I was filming with it all day, I'd definitely start to feel uncomfortable. But I could manage and I could get the shots, and it was a lot more convenient and a lot more comfortable than hand holding the gimbal. So number one, does it work? Yes. Question number two, does it get in the way? Well, yes and no. You see, when you've been operating a camera with a gimbal for a long time, when you pick the camera and the gimbal up, it kind of just, your body goes into autopilot. You know exactly where to put it, and it doesn't matter what you need to do. You sort of know the best way to hold it. However, when you put this vest on and you have this arm here, all of a sudden there's an arm in the way. So your natural place where you go to hold the gimbal, now all of a sudden you're blocked because there's an arm there. But this isn't a problem that will last. This is just a problem that you kind of have to adapt to. So rather than leaning a gimbal into your body weight where the arm would be, you just have to bring your arm out a little bit and just accommodate this spring-loaded arm in the middle. So yes, at first it feels like this vest and this support rig is going to get in the way, but once you spend a little bit of time with it, you notice very quickly that you adjust to it very easily. And having that support there makes your life so much easier. I'm not all of a sudden racing to find somewhere to put the gimbal down. I can just keep it balanced there whilst I'm directing the next shot. Now, of course, I'm not going to take this to every single video shoot because I feel like this is going to be really helpful on long days when I can't put the gimbal down too much. So if I'm in a controlled shoot and I'm only doing short takes at a time and then I keep putting the camera down, I wouldn't bother with this. But if I was in the studio all day doing one takes and it was take after take and I knew it was going to be physically demanding, then I would use this. However, I would also find this very useful in a real world scenario, like a wedding, for example. So you're always on, you're always hunting for that next shot. There's always going to be something to film and you can't afford to put the camera down and rest for a minute because you might miss the shot. So having the gimbal always set up, ready to go, attached to you, this is going to mean that you don't miss the shot, and having that support there means you're not going to be physically exhausted all day. So this is a brilliant system. I've taken it on 2 or 3 of my client video shoots and it's really impressed me. And I've also taken it around town and it has impressed me as well. So my overall thoughts on the DigitalFoto Thanos SE is big thumbs up. If you're looking for that support for your gimbal package, then honestly consider checking this out because it's a well-made product. It feels very well made and it feels like it's going to last me many, many years. And I feel like this is going to give me the support that I need on my shoot moving forward. So the DigitalFoto Thanos SE gets a big thumbs up from me. So thank you ever so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate your support and hopefully I will see you in the next video. See you there.